What is this small rusted metallic piece found in a river in central France? Approximately 8 to 9 centimeters tall and 4 to 5 centimeters wide. It's pretty rusted, and it has the word Ajax stamped on the front, nothing on the back, and it's slightly convex. Have any of you seen this before? It's a plaque for the head tube of a bicycle frame from the Ajax cycle brand. That's why it's slightly convex. The cycles with this logo were made in the town of Albert, France, in the Somme region between 1906 and 1913, just before World War I broke out. 2 years later, both the factory and town were practically leveled by German artillery fire, and more than 3 million men fought in the battle, of whom more than 1 million were either wounded or killed, making it one of the deadliest battles in all of human history. What is this antique sterling silver I picked up in East Tennessee from an antique dealer? I have no idea what it is, neither does the antique dealer. My first thought was a pipe cleaner for cleaning a smoking pipe, a toothpick, and a hors d'oeuvre pick. Any ideas? It's a 19th century Indian silver turban pin, used for holding the turban end. A turban is a type of headwear, based on cloth winding. These pins were worn on the front of the turban on the head, usually at weddings by the bride and groom, so occasionally they are found in pairs. What is this rusty old metal tool that clicks and rotates a small piece at the end when the handles are squeezed? It acts like it's supposed to stamp something, with a space underneath the small rotating piece to hold whatever that something is. It is stamped made in USA Signode and registered US pad-off. I found it in Goodwill, surprisingly, in a small town. What is this used for? It's a strap tightening implement. It was patented on August 10, 1915, by Ellsworth E. Flora of Chicago, Illinois. You take a steel or plastic strip and wrap your box or pallet of boxes. You overlap the ends of the strip and place the overlap into the slot on this thing. You turn the lever so that the traction wheel touches the strap. You squeeze the handle, and the traction wheel drags the bands across one another, tightening the loop and holding it tense. Once the clamps are applied, you lift the traction lever and slide the tool loose. What is this antique tool found in a drawer in my late father's workshop? About 11 inches long, and the piece on the end of the shaft swivels. Turning the crank clockwise turns the shaft about 1 revolution clockwise, then reverses and turns the shaft 1/2 revolution counterclockwise back and forth. Any ideas? It's a valve lapping tool. It was patented as a valve grinder on March 4, 1930 by Edward Henry Patterson and William H. Odlum in Chicago, Illinois. It was used for manually lapping valves. The flat piece with 2 teeth corresponds to the slots in old-style engine valves. You put a grinding compound on the valve seat and work this machine until the valve completely seals again. My dad had one, but it had a rubber suction cup at the end. What is this thing found in a second-hand camera bag? It's small, about the size of a fingertip. It's made of hard, clear plastic that is slightly yellow, and there are electronics inside. There is a sucker on the bottom and a metal cylinder on one side that sticks through the plastic. There are no switches, lights, or anything else I can see on it. It has the word Japan on the ridge in the middle. Does anyone know what this is? It's a camera flash slave from the 1980s. They were used to fire a secondary flash that was used for fill or background lighting. It triggers automatically and immediately when it detects the flash from the camera and remotely fires a second flash unit connected to it. I'm a photographer, and I've never seen one in a clear housing like that though. That's pretty neat. What is this metal object found near a Civil War area? The inscription reads, Pat in USA, May 12th, 1914. It has a sharp point on one side as well. I think it is made out of iron. It's 2.5 inches wide, and besides the possible screw holes, it is symmetrical vertically. Any information would be greatly appreciated. I don't know the name of the part, but it's a bracket from the electromagnetic bell ringer on an old Western Electric hand-crank wall telephone. These Model 317 magneto wall phones were introduced in 1907 and remained in production for about 30 years, a mainstay telephone for Western Electric. What is this thing found in a house attic? It's about 1.5 feet tall. It doesn't move and is made of wood and metal. It is rusted up, so maybe it would normally move. There are no manufacturer's details, and I don't have much more information than that. Many thanks for considering my request. I know precisely what this is. It's a drill press for very old-style Black & Decker electric hand drills, the kind that had metal casings and a few of the very early plastic ones. It's missing a longhand lever on the right-hand side that would have been used to lower the press during operation. It was patented as a bench drill stand on August 2, 1949 by Glenn C. Wilhide, a signer to the Black & Decker Manufacturing Company of Maryland. What is this thing found in a river in Montana? It's made of steel and slightly rusted, an inch wide, and about 100 grams in weight. It has two symmetrical sides held together with rivets. I found it in a river that used to be for logging, and downstream from where there used to be a dam. The marking on all flat sides seem to give dimensions, but no numbers are shown. Any ideas? It's the brass hinge from a folding wooden ruler, made by the Stanley Rule and Level Company of New Britain, Connecticut from circa 1892. Source? There's one sitting on my desk in Montana as well. What is this antique implement? I'm a volunteer in a local historical society, and this appeared in a box of mystery stuff. It is 19 inches long as shown, but longer when unscrewed. It may be agricultural or even wine-related, as we have a lot of both in the area. There was also a large poultry farm here at one time. We have an event next weekend where we show antique items to kids and have them try to guess what they are. But first, we have to know what they are. Any suggestions? Please let us know down in the comments, and thank you in advance, everyone. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.